Well, there's damn sure enough negative shit to focus on around here and beyond. There's people working real hard to destroy everything, and they've done a damn good job, man. You don't think people run a business the way they want to? They run a business exactly the way they want to, man. They do exactly what they want to do, and they've been 100% successful in doing every single thing they've wanted to do. Right from the healthcare bullshit and everything else, man. People paying, from what I understand, unless I'm incorrect, $900 a year approximately for health care insurance that they don't want or need. The country's broke. They printed the dollar bill until it's weak as hell. It doesn't have any buying power. And then they want you to pay $900 a year for health insurance when you're not sick. So most people don't even go to the doctor when they get sick. If they got any sense, they won't. If you're real smart like I am, you won't even go to a doctor, man. You'll fix yourself. And a lot of you will say, what do you mean fix yourself, man? Like I said, man, if somebody told you that UFOs were real, you'd say, oh God, man, I'm done with this conversation. I'm not listening to him anymore. And I don't give a shit what you think. I really don't, man. I ain't even going to explain this shit to you, because I know for a fact I'm 100% redneck, and I know for a no bullshit fact what I'm talking about. I admire people like Bob Lazar and John Lear, and people say, you know, them guys are crazy. Oh, but they're real successful. And he really is a physicist. He's a real scientist, you know. John Lear, the son of Learjet. Yeah, right. Land speed world record at one time. I thought he was even an astronaut, man. Maybe he was not an astronaut. I thought he was. But these are guys that are famous, man. They're world-renowned, well-known. It said that Bob Lear has contracts with Radion. Radion is an alleged defense. Right? And when they talk about peace, it'll always be war, right? Think about it, y'all. It's just like the good book says, man. When they speak about peace, you better brace yourself, I'm telling you right now. A lot of you don't believe, you know, you don't have any faith in God, and you don't understand that God is a real reality, a real person. I find it interesting, man, but so many of you don't have the foundation. You ain't got a leg to stand on. You don't have a basic understanding of what is going on every day when you wake up, man. The earth is being killed right now, slowly, destroyed in all contents. Hey, think about it, fellas. What could be cooler if you had an opportunity to be anything you wanted to be? Let's say that God said, I'm going to give you everything about yourself that you want to be, right down to being handsome, good looking, that girls like, right? Okay, I'd say, well, I would like to have the disposition of Bob Lazar on one hand, and it would be prominent and prevalent, you know, kind of like it is in me, the way it is now, you know. But on the other hand, I would like to have just enough redneck to knock the living shit out of somebody if they absolutely had to have it. For example, a lot of you might say, what do you mean had to have it? Well, let's say that you got a DUI like my grandmother's brother did, and you got locked in prison with some nigger bastard that said he was going to put his penis in your rectum, and you just sat right there. And I remember that white guy asked this one guy that they were doing an interview on this black bald-headed looking son of a bitch that would screw a man against his will and rape a man. He said, and what do you do if they say no? He said, well, I grab him, I put my head on him like this, right, and all this shit, right, and he says, yeah, but what would you do when you tell them, they tell you they don't want to have sex with you? He said, I kill them. Right? So, that's the kind of shit that goes on here in the United States, man, where you're in the safest facility on the planet, right? You're locked down solid on the safest facility on the planet, man. Steel and concrete and microphones and cameras everywhere, and you get screwed in the butt against your will, man. Isn't that nice? That's fucking nice, isn't it? So, like I say, I really did get a lot of what I would ask God for if I wanted to be brought into this world. And for example, like I said, man, what would a man want to be? Well, I'd want to be tall, I'd want to be handsome, I would want to be slow to anger, I would want to be caring, and I would want to have an abundance of love and forgiveness inside of me, my heart, deeply rooted love. A strong faith in Jehovah God, to pray in the name of His Son, Jesus Christ, and also, like I said, just enough redneck in me to, BAM, you son of a gun, when somebody tries to pull some shit like they pulled on my grandmother's brother, die. Okay? That's when you need to be redneck, folks. When people are running over top of you, they're treading on you, you know. When you get locked up for DUI and all of a sudden this big nigger thinks he's going to put his penis in your rectum, okay? That's when you, BAM, son of a bitch, stick your fingers in their eyeballs, you know, whatever you got to do, man. Rip their penis off with your crooked, snaggly, rotten-ass teeth and let him see it before he bleeds out and dies. That's what you do, okay? So that's what I would ask God for. And you know what? Guess what, y'all? That's what God gave me. He really did. He really did. Except not as smart as Bob Lazar, you know. But I can relate a little bit to what smart people like Tesla, Nikola Tesla, he said he probably could have done a lot more for the world had he understood and known that he was an inventor by nature and by trade, by reality. And when people make a transition, man, this is a very exciting, memorable transition for oneself, because it's you, after all. It's not somebody down the road. You're the one experiencing it, you know, and you're the one saying, wow, I had the potential to do great things, and my potential was not reached. It was never pursued, you know, and it was as if we were asleep and not knowing. So not knowing is a very fearful thing for folks. It's very fearful. And the simplest thing, man, which we've all seen many times and understand perfectly now that we didn't know, could cost us our life, you know. Something as simple as not knowing where the door lock is on a car when it's about to catch on fire or sink at the bottom of a lake. You know, because they changed the design of the door lock and it's no longer on the top anymore of the door, easy access. But because of thievery and people breaking into cars and stealing, carjacking, yeah, they wanted to romanticize the theft of a car, stealing somebody's car. How would you like to have your car stolen? Well, there's people out there in this world like me that if you try to steal my car, I can justify killing you, man. You understand that? So that's what you kids need to know about carjacking and how stupid you are, Jack. again, what does it go right back to? It goes back to being well-rounded, man. Being an intellectual, being a thinker, looking for outside information, absorbing, teachable, learning every day, and trying to understand, you know. If you don't understand, it's all right, man. The most important thing is that you have the right heart. You know, be polite, be a gentleman, conduct yourself as a gentleman. Like me, for example, you know, people listen to me and they say, that's a cranky, mean-ass old man, you know. Big son of a gun and jerk a knot in your ass, too, you know. It's possible. But on the other hand, you know, they say, this guy, you know, he behaves himself. He's well-mannered. Always was. Didn't want people to hear me, you know. If you're on my channel and you're listening to me, that's fine. But out in the public and so forth, I keep a low profile. I mind my own business. I speak when I'm spoken to. Every now and then I'll be friendly to people, you know. Nothing wrong with that, right? That's what God wants you to do, man, to be good to people. No matter who they are, it doesn't matter, you know. That's how I've lived my life. Doesn't matter who they are, where they're from, what they look like, you know. My old lady's a Mexican, right? And I voted for Obama the first time. The second time it would have been shame on me, but it didn't happen. So, there you go, folks. I want to educate you guys. I want to subject you to some different philosophy, you know. I want to relate with you. I want to see if you folks can understand what I'm talking about, man. It'd be nice to relate with somebody, you know, it really would. These people around here, they're not intellectuals like I am, man. They're not going to build a little motorcycle that's like mine, you know. They hate me, man. They do. They hate me, and some of them want me to die around here. I'm not kidding y'all, man. I know it's hard to believe, you know. I just told you how I am, man. I love people, man. Is that love? Hell no, it's not love. If you want somebody to die, you are evil, okay? And y'all think about that.